Hey, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the WorkShop Studio Micro-Brewery channel. Yes, I am your host, Leo J. Bailey, and with me is, I should probably just call him an official member of the WorkShop Studio. We're not awake. We haven't had enough coffee, but we are about to embark on the 2021 Outer Banks Road Trip Edition of the Micro Sessions. Yay. Let's begin, shall we? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the WorkShop Studio and Micro-Brewery channel. This is the 2021 Outer Banks Road Trip Edition of the Micro Sessions. Woo! I've gotten good at it, man. I've been doing it for a bit. Now look, the boys, I have been doing it a bit. The boys are all here. If you pay attention to the Instagram channel, you know that I keep chronicles of what's going down. I got everybody here. Everybody that is here down here at this beach house in Duck, North Carolina has been on the show at one time or another.
I rolled.
I'm watching you. We have Charlie. We have Chris Godby, because we have two of them. We have Bill, we have Matt, and we have Chris Rush. We call him Rush now. Kids, yeah, it's been a day. I'm gonna pour it. So, alright, we came out of what the beer is.
You just start talking about this. This is the
second. That's a good sound.
Bottle.
Yeah.
Good sound? Oh, fuck.
Oh, yeah, it looks a little more.
It might actually have been
pretty.
seals.
I don't think it's as oxidized.
Yeah, it's
got a head to it. It's got a head and it's got a good
finish it.
Good smell.
Well, I'm looking at coloring.
What color was the point of that?
Color about you, man. It's always the color.
Because I'm an artist and everything's about the palette.
Okay. Just saying liberal.
It's all about the gradients, buddy.
Just kidding, buddy. Gradients.
Yes.
Is that
It still has. You good, or you want some more?
It's got a butter color.
It's got. It's interesting. Yeah, y'all don't know what y'all
It's at least
y'all
more
don't need
concise.
y'all don't need to know what we edited. How about you talk about that? All right, guys, let's kill this one. Look, I gotta be straight up. The first bottle wasn't totally kosher. We think it was a little oxidized. I tend to think this one's not that much different. It might not be as.
It's got a little more flavor.
It does.
It does.
There's a lot more
definitely
flavor
a
in there.
different taste.
Yeah. You taste the hops in it?
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah.
So your seal on that other bottle needs to be changed.
Look, it got bottled. I've had this thing for about a month and a half. So yeah,
Oh, yeah.
to be full disclosure, people, yeah, the first bottle was a little more oxidized than we cared for. So I popped the other one. And you're right, fellas. I think this thing came out a little bit more flavor.
More fresher.
I think that had we tapped this from the keg, I think everybody would have been much, much happier. And I will do this again. But as far as starting this particular trip, so deep down, what's everybody kind of tasting? Even though it's slightly off, what does everybody think about as far as the beer in general, as far as what you think that it could be or what it is?
No idea what it could be, but it's definitely flavorful. There's a good malty forward, and you can taste the hops in the end.
Yes.
It does taste good there.
Right.
Yeah. And it's not overpowering. It's definitely kind of in that scale
Right.
of the type of beer it is.
Right.
But it's lacking that caramelly sort of.
Definitely,
Taffy taste, I guess.
It
That's
is
right word. I don't know.
not an English strong
it's
bitter
not.
anymore.
I wouldn't call it that at all.
I really don't
It's
know
good.
what it is. We're just going to rename it what we're going to rename it.
I would
What's
drink
the
more of
ABV
it
of this?
for sure.
It's definitely a master.
Shit, I got to be honest, I can't remember, but I do believe I think the ABV on this was like 6.3 or 6.5. So it's got a little bit of a punch.
If the malt was just a little bit more,
Okay.
I would probably really dig this beer.
Oh shit.
Really?
Okay. I'm with you. And I know that this is a hard one for you because this is not typically your kind of.
It's not really hoppy, so I'm not
Right.
terribly hating it. You know,
It's got a little bitter.
It's a little bit on the back end.
Yep.
You get the hops, but it's not a full mouthful of fucking hops. Where
Yes.
yeah, I can't. If you hate
It's not
hops,
green.
Yeah.
you can be all right with it.
You know,
The
feel like
interesting,
you're chewing on
I
bad
think the
hops.
most interesting thing about this, if it was fresh, and when I drank it straight out of the keg, it was. And the most interesting thing about this beer, I think, and this is thanks to Wally, is the hops. Galena hops are very unique, and they typically lend a bit of a melon type of flavor. Not a lot of aroma, but a melon type of flavor on the back end. Had this been fresh, and if I were to tweak the malt bill on this a little bit, I think that I'd be on to something.
Yeah.
And it's,
That's funny you say that because I would think the opposite. I would take it and I would add like maybe not the melon hops, but more of something. I don't know, a little bit more like earthy or woody. I don't know. Not a lot of that, but to counterbalance that sweetness in the melon sort of flavor. But I would go definitely a hot more flavor in it.
then that's a possibility.
yeah,
And then
it could go
I'll
both
have to
ways.
experiment either on a bittering charge or on an aroma charge at the back end. Because I think the Galena, if I did this, if I remember how I did it, which forgive me people, I did not research my own notes. Seriously, we've been at the beach drinking all day. Get over yourselves. I think it was kind of a bittering charge with very little towards the aroma end. The Galena was all bittering.
I don't
kind of
have
thing.
it. There's nothing.
Honestly, I
don't smell
don't
anything.
find
No
more or
aroma.
less about the aroma. It's the taste.
Just the bittering.
You should
It's
take
an
aftertaste
both
and
ways.
everything.
You do the
Yeah,
malt
if
version
you
and
got
the
a horrible
version.
back end
See which is
taste,
better.
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
it kills your beer.
I think I want to experiment. I want to make this a beer where we all walk in here, and I think Dad would absolutely love that if we ever dialed this in, and I will continue to attempt to do that. Now, we are going to be hitting the beach this week. We're hitting the pool. We've got some silliness that will be all over the Instagram. And yeah, we're going to come back at some point after this, and we are going to hit the honey Kolsch. straight out of the keg.
All right.
Boom, boom.
Yes, sir.
And the blackberry wit beer with the real deal. We went full on blackberry puree, 2 pounds of that stuff. So, people, cheers. It's not 100%, but it's not too terribly bad. I guess that's,
The recipe can be improved.
we have work to do. Let's put it that way. Cheers, people. We'll see you on the other end.
Free booze.
Free booze. See ya. Blackberry wit beer. This is a relatively straight up wit beer, 50% white wheat, 50% Bohemian Pilsner, and Citra hops instead of the traditional whatever a typical wheat beer would have. Now, the blackberry is a full pound of blackberry puree in the fermenter, and then another pound. I think it was roughly another pound in secondary. So, gentlemen, tell me what you think, because that's what she did. I can't remember the numbers. I never thought to research this for the show, people. Sorry. Hey!
You got 2 left.
Whose job was it to charge the battery?
Mine, and
This one's
Oh shit.
So don't even look at this one.
Look, piss off.
Here,
So,
yeah.
what? I don't know which one's working. Hopefully it will. I'm done. I'm so sick of this shit! Tell me what you think, guys. I think the color is
amazing.
dead on.
Yeah, the color's that.
Yeah.
Carbonation in the
Absolutely.
head, this white fluffy head. I get mild aroma when it comes to blackberry. I get a little bit of blackberry in the, that's where I didn't want to talk about it. I don't get as much blackberry as I was expecting.
Yeah.
I get a lot of it on the back end, but the actual.
Kind of like you're tasting like the blackberry skin. You know what I mean?
I'm with you.
Yeah.
I get it up front, and then there's the dry, because it did finish out dry. It's only about a 4.8, kind of can't remember the numbers. It's a very low ABV beer, but for being the first true blackberry wit, look, I personally myself, I like this version of a wit beer anyway. This is the one that Deb likes, as far as a wit, just a straight up wit version. Now the blackberry adds an odd, I shouldn't say odd, different component to it. It's dry.
Who's that?
Blue Rose from the band.
Yeah, Blue Rose.
His band.
Dude.
Oh, that's
My God.
Not bad.
Her name is Blue Rose? What a name.
That's what her Instagram,
The one
her
that
Instagram thing is.
told Leo she couldn't clap.
What?
What?
You remember that?
It's in your blooper reel from that episode.
Oh, is it? I didn't remember that.
Where she was talking about
Taylor?
Yeah.
she was talking
Yeah,
about
it's
Okay.
audio sync, and she said, "I'll give you the clap."
You're right. I forgot about that. I forgot about that. You're right. She did. Yeah. That actually was probably the last micro sessions we actually shot when the band played outside. So it's everybody. My thoughts on this, I really, really, really like it.
I do.
I would like a little bit more blackberry sweetness out of it myself.
Yeah, right.
Charlie, what do you think?
I agree. I think it's got a great color. That's just like a nice red,
Yes.
kind of like hard to see through, sort of like deep color.
Okay.
It's beautiful.
I think it's gorgeous.
But I agree that the blackberry taste is
Could be a
coming
little
through.
more.
There, you taste it right away, but it lingers and goes away quickly.
Yeah, and there's not the aroma, so I'm not sure
Right,
how to
there's
do
no aroma at all.
anything about
I
that.
didn't understand that.
I'll have to work on that. Chris, what do you think?
It's deceiving because you look at it with the color it is, you are expecting sweetness,
Yeah.
and right now it's just not there yet.
It's dry. There's not the
Well said.
sweetness that we're going to work on it.
Yeah.
I think I will definitely add more. Rush, what are your thoughts?
I like the back end flavor. I definitely
Okay.
get the blackberry there. So
Okay.
I can drink it, and there's not a whole lot of hops.
There is not.
It's so nice.
It is actually relatively low. I think it's close to like somewhere between 19 and 26 IBU. So it's low. What do you think, Bill?
What I think? I think I'm a cool guy. Really?
You are such an ass. Of the beer.
No, okay. Say. No,
You
like
didn't
I
say
said,
that.
it's a good beer. The blueberries, like I said, you're eating.
Blackberry.
What did I say?
Blueberry.
Whatever the hell, Jesus.
Damn berries. Fucking berries.
It's one of the berries.
See, when you introduce that guy. Bunch of shit. Oh, so it's like you're eating the skin. Not the
name, right?
that's just that taste.
Okay.
Oh,
I like
that's
it.
a long hair.
Matt, what do you think?
I was definitely expecting a little more sweetness.
A little bit more of the
everybody said,
blackberry in
it's fairly dry, but it's very
It is fairly dry.
drinkable though.
Yes.
I think the more I drink it, the more
Yeah.
blackberry I get.
Yes.
Keep drinking. That's all I got to
It's
say.
at the bottom of the keg.
We'll get there.
We have 3 gallons.
Yeah, that's what it's good.
We have 3 gallons of this and we gonna get knocked out. Look, you're gonna see some stuff in between, and at some point we're gonna come back and we're gonna talk about the honey kolsch, which I'm sure Charlie will either like or rip my ass. One of the two.
Is that the recipe that you guys want?
Yes. Okay. And it's the 3rd time I've made it. Great. The ice maker wants to make noise now. We'll see y'all on the other side later. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Fucking yay! Yay! Sheep. I love it. Hey, we are into... I can't even remember what the hell I used to make this beer anymore, Charlie.
Oh my god.
I don't remember the fucking ingredients.
It was honey wheat.
There is honey malt,
That's what I meant.
and I think there's probably some Bo Pills and some white wheat
Oh shit.
and something else and some German... There is some German ale yeast.
That's good stuff.
And I couldn't tell you what the hops are.
They're in there. Trust me.
But they're in there. All right, kids. Look, I got it. Look, let's just be straight. It's vacation. It is now Tuesday. And how fucked up is everybody at this stage?
I'm sober.
Sober.
Great fucking day.
What's wrong
Not
with
sober.
I know.
Not sober. All right, so let's look. Cameras are not going to show probably everything that you should, but I love the color. I personally think the color is pretty killer for a Kolsch. The head, depending on how you pour it, I think is pretty solid. Now, aroma. What are you getting?
Hops.
It's time to help people customize the scene.
What's that? Sorry.
Turn
sorry,
that
sorry.
some bitch off.
I got.
Are you getting hops? I don't get hops. I get sweetness from
Yeah.
one particular thing.
The grain.
Grain.
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing too.
I'm getting grain sweetness. And I hit that bitch. God, am I going to get in trouble for this one? Oh, shit! Showed up.
Thank you. Produced by Billy.
Oh my god.
See, I still get a little bit of banana.
All right.
I was the only one last
Are
time.
you serious? You get banana from this.
I get a little banana.
From the taste of this, I get a little bit
Like
of the sweetness.
artificial banana.
Now it's artificial.
Artificial banana.
I get the sweetness from the grains. I get the sweetness. I get a little bit of that honey malt. I get, for me. And then there's that bitterness from that hop combination and the dryness of how it finished.
Yeah, there's a dryness and it's almost yeasty.
Yeah.
Yeah, finish. I see.
All right, so let's go around the table. I like it. I don't think it has quite the honey character that I've had in the first 2 batches, but I still think that it's fairly solid as a Kolsch. What do you think, Chris?
I love it.
Do you really?
Yep, I'm a big fan of Kolsch, and this is...
It is an interesting fucking beer, and I think for the 3rd time in a row, I've done pretty solid. There is a slight change. Kickstart. There is a slight lack of...
a slight lack of rooster.
There's
That
not
would be
a
cock.
no. There's not a lack of rooster here. Bill, what are your thoughts, bud?
Okay, here's the deal. We had the other beer. We will mention the name at this point, but it does have a honey taste to it.
Okay.
Okay, it does. I like it,
Yeah.
but
But
the impression, would I drink it again? Probably no.
really,
Yeah.
so you're not a Kolsch. It's either you're not a Kolsch fan or you're not a fan of the profile of what it gives you.
The honey.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Oh, you don't like the honey at all, huh?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's just me.
That's
sorry.
Okay. And no, dude, do not ever apologize.
Yeah.
Rush, thoughts?
And swirl it. I can drink it. I'm not a big fan. I always get hops no matter what.
So you're getting a little bit more hop on this one.
I bet you
I
would
don't
like
think there
I would.
is.
okay.
But
Charlie.
yeah.
I do like it. I'm not as much as like the first time we had the first batch though.
Right.
It is different than what I remember from there.
Same beer.
Yeah, I mean, there's a yeastiness.
Little bit of a yeasty
and it's
finish.
It's almost undesirable. I wish it was more crisp.
Okay.
In a way, not
Okay.
tasting the linger of the yeast, maybe, but I don't know. I guess I'm expecting hops, and that's what I'm getting.
Okay.
Maybe I've drank it too much today, and the wit beer's fucked me up.
It's a possibility.
But I'm just that would be my.
It's not as crisp as
Yeah,
I remember
right.
the first two.
And that's
it's
what
not
I like about it.
quite as
Yeah.
clean, but I think it's there. Now Matt said banana. What are your thoughts, bud?
It's still there on the front end for me,
Okay.
but not as strong as last time. Like last time, I was getting that kind of.
And you had the very first
right. Yeah, the
That's
first
a
batch.
yeasty character.
And it kind of had that artificial banana the first time, like every single one I drank. This one is it's lighter,
like banana pudding.
Banana, more of an artificial like banana candy, like
okay.
Yeah,
like Runt.
Banana.
No, not like Runt.
Banana taffy.
Yeah, like banana taffy.
Okay.
It's there on the front end.
He threw that
but
out.
I agree. I think that might be what I'm saying with the yeast.
Okay.
But it's not as strong. And then there's something on the back end.
There's a stick
Maybe
on your
I'm
tongue.
getting the hops.
There's a dryness.
Yeah,
or
the very
in the
back
middle.
end.
There's a dryness to this one that I don't remember from the first two.
Right,
Yeah.
which makes it's still a great beer. I think it still tastes really great, but it's not quite as drinkable as the first time that I had it, where I could just toss them back.
Right.
Well, none of y'all have a fucking choice. We got to drink every beer before the end of the fucking vacation.
They're good either way. We're gonna drink
Or
the shit out.
I'm a little intoxicated, so my opinion's probably trash.
Rock and roll, people. We'll see you on the other side. Later.